No, thank you. Okay, next presentation is the Bill Munster Sportsman's Trophy. And the Sportsman's Trophy is someone who, they exemplify what a sportsman is and what they've done for the organization and what they've done to exemplify, giving up yourself for others. And that's what being a sportsman is all about. And the Bill Munster Sportsman Trophy, presented by Jim Witt in honor of Bill Munster, to be awarded annually to the competitor who is, in the eyes of the organization and the organizing authority, the race committee, and the international jury, exhibits the most sportsmanlike quality in this event. Well, I can tell you that the person that's selected tonight has done that. He's put himself behind everybody else. He has been out there and recognized by every one of you here. In fact, as I tell you something about this person, you'll recognize him. I mean, he offered to drive boats from Houston to Corpus Christi. He offered his own boat that he uses, that he goes out and work and for a coach to be able to use, and offers it for someone to be able to use during the Etchells Worlds. I mean, this is the kind of person that every one of you wants to know and wants to have on your team. So tonight, we're giving the Sportsman Award to Mr. Mark Foster. Mark.
Pin boat. It's a P flag start. To say I'm honored is kind of an understatement. As most of you know, I'm not very speechless on most occasions, but it truly is an honor to be recognized for this award. Thank you very much.
This is for you to keep. You have to give that one out, but you get to keep this
And Mark is known worldwide for his PRO work and what he's given to every sailing organization. We're just really blessed to have him out of the Corpus Christi Yacht Club and helping us put on all the different world-class events that we do.
So next up, the prize for the Corinthian, highest placing Corinthian boat. This is the Top Corinthian Crew Trophy, presented by Patricia Studell in recognition of outstanding yacht racing achievement by Corinthian sailors, to be awarded as so defined. The Corinthian skipper and crew achieving the best result in said International Etchells World Championship Series. And they didn't put anybody on here. There's nothing on here. Who knows? Who knows? We didn't get it on the list. It's not on the list. It's not on the list. No, it's not on the list. How is it not on the list? Okay, this is the London Royal Yacht Club Youth Corinthian Championship. Will, and Lucy. Oh, we know those.
So evening, everybody. Hope you're all having fun. For us, the big thank you has got to go to our yacht club. Without them, we wouldn't be here. They've helped us massively with money, and that's the Royal London. So if any of you are in Cowes, then come and see it. It's a nice place. But other than that, big thanks to Benj and the USA youth team. Again, super helpful, gave us a boat. Thank you, lads. But then, yeah, great event. Thank you all for helping, and we'll see you next year, hopefully. And Melissa and Brad for hosting us. That's really quite kind. Thank you very much.
Okay. Awarded to the skipper and crew, all 35 or younger, as of the first day of competition, achieving the best result. And the winner, the Royal London Youth Team, William Bedford, William Heritage, Lucy Offord, and William Birch Tomlinson. Come on, guys. Come on. No. Come on. Wrong team? They did the math. It's the USA team. I am so sorry. It's on our script. I don't know. Sorry.
Get the photo.
Sorry about that, guys. Okay, can we have Steve Benjamin to the front, please, for the next award presentation?
Well, I'm honored tonight to say a couple words about the Olin Stephens Trophy. First of all, Olin Stephens, of course, was a very famous naval architect, and we have managed to get a trophy dedicated in his name to the youth team that prevails in competition. And this was challenged by the UK 2 years ago, and the US team went to the Gertrude Cup and won that. And then the UK team came back to the North Americans in Chicago last fall, and the UK took it back. And thanks to the UK team, they have brought the trophy here, and it's my honor to award it for the third time to the US team, who has won it here. And I believe they're going to be racing again for it in Cows Week for the fourth time, and that we have 2 times in 1 year. But more importantly, this trophy is emblematic of youth competition and 25-year-old and under racing for youth sailing in the Etchells class. And what we really want to do is get all the countries involved in this, including Australia, New Zealand, Hong Kong, Canada, Bermuda, and all the other ones, and have everybody racing and have lots of youth in the Etchells class. And I thank everybody for participating and supporting the youth teams, which is one of my favorite things to do. Thank you. Could we please call up the USA youth team red and award the competition for the Olin Stephens Trophy? Would you introduce yourselves, please?
Introduce yourselves.
Yeah, go ahead, Brooks.
All right. I'm Brooks Daly, the captain of this shindig. I'm Bradley Adam.
I'm Chris Manson.
I'm Patrick Shanahan.
I hate giving speeches. It's definitely an absolute honor to be out here racing against all these world champions, Olympic medalists, CLGP guys. Come on, this is crazy. It's an absolute honor. You couldn't do it without a lot of private donors who have been incredibly generous in supporting our team. We want to thank the British youth team for coming out. They've been an absolute blast to be with the whole time. And yeah, just the Omni has been awesome. I don't know, like, it's been an awesome night, and yeah, we have a couple sponsors that we can shout out as well, but I think you all want to get on with your dinner.
So we're gonna do a couple of the overall, and then we're gonna do a few especially trophies, and then we're gonna do the last 3 overalls. So we're gonna start with the 6th overall, and this would be to the crew of USA 1378, the Martian.
I'll just say thank you very much to my crew. They did a great job all week, kept me in the game, and we just seemed to be locked into that 6th spot. But I also want to salute GT and his team for what he came back with. I mean, unbelievable finish of the regatta, and Havoc had a great regatta and won the whole thing. So both of them did great. Thank you.
Okay, and now 5th overall, AUS 1472 Roulette.
I figured out early on that the country to sail for this year would have been Australian, so I decided to join the Australian. It seemed like a way to go. So I'm glad the Australians let me tag along. And I want to thank our team, especially we got this extra plaque for Jane, Spot and Jane. One for them, the boat one put together in Heritage. Obviously, Mark Johnson teamed up for, 4 Worlds on roulette. And it's maybe 5th, maybe 5th. And I met Mark in Perth about 10 years ago in 2006, and it's been a lot of fun. We trained together, so those guys did a great job. So thanks a lot, and it was good to be part of an Australian team, and thanks especially to Spot and Jane, who without them, we would not even been here, so thanks.
Yes, I'm so sorry. Next up, 4th overall. I hope, must be present to win. I hope we get this right. 4th overall, AUS 1466 Tango.
Didn't really think I'd have to say any words, but just to thank you all and just to make the comment that I think the class is in a great place and the future is very exciting and looking forward to all the World Championships to come, including Melbourne in 2023. Bye.
Okay, on the Corinthians trophy, second place, 1398 firing line. Okay.
You get an extra one. We have 4. Well done, well done.
Thank you very much. Corpus Christi did a fantastic job, and congratulations to the winners.
Third place, boat number 1375, the Irish.
Yeah, I can't believe we got this one.
It's hard.
No, these are Corinthians.
Corinthian.
Not yet, not yet. These are the Corinthians. Thank you so much. Wow. We have 4 of these. Okay, that's the coach. Take them all, take them all. Take them all, right. Photos, photos.
Speech. Thank you.
We need a photo and then you can make a speech.
Okay. Yeah.
I do a speech.
Yeah, did it.
I don't know what to say here. It's very exciting. One thing I will say is we need to have a world championship in Hoorn in the Netherlands, okay? We need to do that because we've got to get Europe back and we've got to get all the northern European countries competing in the Etchells again. So all you Americans, come to Hoorn. It's the most wonderful place in the world. Thank you.
Overall, third prize. USA 1427 Stella Blue.
Congratulations. Appreciate it. I wish I wore a
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Speech?
Sure. If you like.
Oh, God, I'm going to fall.
That was smooth, right? Smooth.
I'm kind of speechless because this venue has provided everything. Hospitality, gracious club, and wins that we can't believe. High, low, chop, everything we could ever ask of a world championship. And our competitors from Australia have really outclassed us. So congratulations to them, and we're coming back to Perth. Thank you.
And now second overall, AUS 1447 Magpie.
Thank you.
Couple of
Go
quick
for it.
ones. Well, thanks you all. That's the Australian bad version of it in Texas here. But just a couple of quick thank yous from me. Mark Foster, great job this week, mate. And great to see you proud of what you've done. You know, I've got to admit, I wasn't a believer with your no general recall philosophy. I was like, oh shit, we've got a live one here. But mate, you know what? I'm kind of into it, you know. We've got a schedule. We go at 12 and then we go at, I don't know, 2 or something, whatever, you know. We're home early. We don't have all this bullshit with general recalls. You know? I'm into it, you know. Because you didn't call us over, but Lammy, on the other hand, whew. Ouch. Anyway, just a couple of quick thank yous. My training partners over there, the big fella, Richie, Ian, Colin, mate, love being involved with you blokes and everything you've done for me and my team and sailing around with you guys is just the best thing for me as a younger person. Not by much, but a little bit. And, you know, I love being involved with you guys and thanks for everything you've done for me and awesome. James, thanks for the opportunity. Awesome, mate. Fantastic. Tommy, awesome to sail with you, mate. And Vic, the team, Matty, got the longest breath hold of anyone here to go down and sand your keel when you're on the ground on the way out in the last race. Thanks very much. And I think James wants a few words, so thank you and goodbye.
Firstly, just for all the volunteers, thank you very much. It takes an enormous amount of work to put these events on, and the rest of the competitors. Just personally, I want to thank my crew. You know, I love sailing with these guys. It's fun. We love every minute. I got to sail with Tommy 15 years ago as a young kid, and to come back and do it together again, he's so humble, and we just have a great laugh and a great time. And I want to thank the community of Corpus Christi. You know, as athletes, we all have different things that happen to us at different times. And last Friday, I thought the world was falling apart because my disc in my back was gone. And I arrived at the hospital on a Friday night, and these three lovely people over here stepped up out of surgery and got me right and worked with me for the rest of the week. And I think that's what life is all about. And I want to thank you. And they stayed back till 8 p.m. at night, and they did it out of the love of their heart. And then they introduced me to a great, some friends over here, Suzanne and Paul, who also helped in the recovery process. So I want to thank a couple of local people from the local community. You've been outstanding. Thank you very much. And then last of all, you know, we've Marcus and Sevi and JC and a team, Kate, we've done a lot of miles together. Training early mornings, and thank you for that. But to these guys here, we have done everything together as two teams. We've shared every inch of our lives in the shape of the sails, the rigs, the boats, the fit outs, and late nights. And there's been nothing left on the table between the two of us to make us better. And we always used to say, if one of us end up getting there on the last day, on the last beat, then we'd be most proud of each other to who that person would be. So congratulations. And last of all, Matty, thank you for flying over as a backup for us. You're a legend.
There we go. Hit it off.
Speech, please.
Well, good evening, everyone. Thank you very much for having us here up on the stage. I'd just like to reiterate what James just said, that we've all come to Corpus Christi. I've never been to Texas before, and to be received into this small community and made to be felt at home, whether it be at Hester's Coffee Shop or the Yacht Club or the HEB shop where we frequent it every night. It's been very warm and friendly, and I think laid a great foundation for us to feel at home here. To the race committee, Mark, everyone said what a great job you've done. We can only concur with that. We, of course, weren't recalled either. But certainly, in the modern age of sailing, I think it's important that these events are tightened up and that we run efficient races. And Mark, you've certainly, with your great team, had great foresight into the weather, understand what we want, and I think that all builds to a better community for these major championships, that we don't spend more time on the water in extreme conditions than we need to. Obviously, the jury and the measurement team led by Bill Abbott. I think we've heard about the class going from getting stronger and stuff. It's important to have really good management in the class and strict rules. And Bill, I think you're doing a great job. Thank you. So down there on the hard stand and all that tarmac where it's really hot, having the extra crane and all the hard stand people there to efficiently get all these boats in and out of the water, being there, having drinks and everything for us. Thank you very much for everyone who's supported that. The Corpus Christi Yacht Club and all the sponsors led by Citgo, thank you very much. It's great to have you. Such an important part of sailing, to have partnerships with the commercial side of the sport. So we've enjoyed your hospitality and we've enjoyed your support. Thank you very much. To all the competitors, it's been a really nice race course out there. There's been a lot of, I think, well behaved. There's been a lot of courtesy, and I think there's been a lot of fairness on the race course. So to everyone involved in racing at an extremely high level, thank you very much for I think your participation and your attitude to the racing. It's something that, I've spent quite a lot of time in the star class and with Colin, and it's something that has come over from that. And I think for the young guys in the sport, there's a lot to be learnt with the way these boats have been raced here. Team Magpie, as you can see, we've gone into a cooperative with Team Magpie over the last couple of years. And to have their support and their racing has obviously been great, and it's worked out well for all of us. So thank you very much. And to have someone like Matt Chew come over, and who's a previous world champion skipper, and be down there cleaning the bottom of our boat, I think speaks heaps for what really this team's all about, or these teams are all about. So I'll just move over on to the crew of our boat, the Havoc. So Richie Allenson, who I've sailed with for a long period of time, he's the younger one. He's really embarrassed about all of these trophies for being the oldest bastard and the second oldest bastard. So Magpie's won all the races, but we've won all the trophies for being old. But nevertheless, Richie, who's used to be one of the principals of North Sails Australia, and until all of that changed a few years ago with the changing North Sails, has found his home and his love in the Etchells class, and has really thrown himself into the deep of trying to make the Etchell class, the boat he loves, better and stronger all around Australia. And I think you've seen the result of that enthusiasm and those skills coming out here with all of the Australians. You know, the talk, the chatter, the help that Richie's provided to all the competitors, you know, is, I think, largely a lot to do with Richie. So if you need anything to do with an Etchell, whether it be a screw, a sail, a boat, a mast or anything, Richie's your man.
Thanks, big fella.
All the headaches go to Richie. So Bisho here, Colin Bisho, 2 times Etchell world champ, 3 times Etchell world champion. Bisho and I have sort of grown up really as opposing skippers in most things, whether it be in the America's Cup class boats, or in a little bit in the Stars, or in the Etchells, or we go back to the Flying Ants and the skiffs in our junior days. We've had incredible competition, camaraderie between us in many, many, many years. And to come together and sail with Colin, which started only, the first time I sailed with Colin was only a bit over a year ago at Hamilton Island Race Week when we sailed with Prince Frederick of Denmark on a yacht. And it was a really great experience. And, you know, Colin and Richie, who are great friends, we've been able to talk Colin out of retirement where he's been wasted into coming.
He's the second youngest, by the way.
He's the second youngest or the second oldest. Or the most experienced. But to give you an idea, you know, I think Colin was concerned about, you know, what was going on in the water, the warm waters here. So where was Colin at 6 o'clock this morning? He's on his bike, he was down, and he was swimming around the bottom of the keel, making sure that the fish down there weren't nibbling at the bottom of the keel too much, and making sure that the growth was there and everything was off the right. It was perfect for today. And that's what Colin is. You know, Colin is the glue in the sandwich for bringing a couple of muppets like Richie and I together and keeping us sane on the race course and providing that huge amount of experience and calmness. Not many words are said, but it's been a great experience. You know, in the Australian titles this year and now competing in the World Championship. So, Bisho, we're glad you're out of retirement. We hope you stay in the class and stay with us and everything. So, I'll now come to the Etchell class. I won this championship when I was 26 years old. I'm standing up here today, 35 years later. I see the youth kids around here. And I think it's a great initiative of the class that we, as a class, have the foresight to see that the youth is the future of this class and we're investing back in them. So I think that we need to do more of that. And you know, I was just talking to Tommy down there, and after Bermuda, where they got flogged by New Zealand in the America's Cup last year, Tommy said to me, he said, I need to go back and do some yacht racing. And to see Tommy Slingsby here, our Australian laser gold medalist in the bow of the Magpie, I think is a great thing for this class. And to see our other Olympic hopefuls and our youth teams, and for Benji and the support and the Royal London Yacht Club. We're doing a little bit in Australia, but we can't do enough. So I think that's kind of enough for me. I've dragged on a little bit here, but thank you very much to my crew. Thank you to all the competitors. Thank you to Magpie for being a great partner in our Etchell endeavours. And we look forward to seeing you at the next go-round, maybe in Fremantle, maybe in Miami. Thank you very much.
Obviously, with all the racers out here, it's been very interesting, one, being on the race committee boat and have grown up sailing out of this bay of watching really world-class yacht racing. That was very impressive, and I think everybody that competed, everybody that volunteered, our sponsors, everybody involved in this event. If I had a, Brad, I'm gonna borrow your scotch. Cheers to y'all. I think everybody did a wonderful job. I'd also like to thank the staff of the Corpus Christi Yacht Club. It was a long few weeks, but everybody was very glad that y'all were here, and hope everybody enjoyed themselves. And as everyone's talked about, there was plenty of weather to figure it out one day to the next. I'd also like to say that if you enjoyed yourself, next year we have the Finn North Americans, and 21 we've got the J22 Worlds, and 22 we have the J24 Worlds. So please feel free to come back and do what you can. Other than that, I'd like to conclude and hope everybody had a wonderful time while here in Corpus Christi, and have a wonderful night, and we look forward to seeing you all again. Thank you very much.